So the winter 2024 season is here. Most anime have about 3 episodes, 2 to 3 episodes out now. But let's talk about what I'm watching. Just know I'm watching 39 anime. So I lied. I just realized I forgot about Apothecary Diaries. So yeah, I'm actually watching 40 anime, not 39. So just know this is one of the better winter seasons we've had in a long time, because most winters I'm usually watching 25 to 30, not 39. So you know, this year is already starting off with a bang on top of all the other seasons that are already gonna have a lot of bangers in it. So this is looking like this might be the first year where I'm watching high 39s into high 40s throughout like all the seasons, but we'll see though. But yeah, let's get into this list and let's talk about all the different anime I'm watching. I will say this, I'm watching 27 new anime and then I'll break it down as we get there, but let's talk about the first one. Now the first one is Ishura. Now this one is an isekai, but it's pretty interesting what they're doing, because it looks like it's going to be one that's going to be telling all these different stories, all these different heroes, and eventually they're going to lead up to each other. The sad thing about this one is it's on Hulu, so if you don't have Hulu, then you know you're watching a different way. But I don't know, I'm just kind of liking this so far, because a lot of the characters they've been showing have been pretty interesting. Like they have a Ryren that has like 4 arms, and that one, and it's blue, and it can use magic and all that. So there's little things in here that I've been enjoying though. But okay, next one is Fluffy Paradise. This one's just a cute little slice of life that follows this person that got reincarnated as a little girl, but one of her powers is that like she can, every animal loves her and all that. And it's just cute seeing her interact with all the different animals. Also, shout out to the big ass white tiger that's in this anime. The white tiger looks adorable. Next one is Chain Soldier, one I've been looking forward to because, you know, I read the manga, so I already know all the stuff that's gonna be happening. And it's a fan service anime, and almost all the girls are adults, so that's a plus too. Now I will say the only complaint I really have is just the CGI on all the monster things. They kind of look weird at times, but I will say they also made Kazu's sister very thick, and I mean so goddamn thick. Like her upper body, we're just saying there's a part right there that looks way thicker than it looked in the manga, and I was like, god damn. But yeah, Chain Soldier's been decent. Next one is my instant death ability is overpowered. This one's been alright to me. It's alright. It's not really nothing special right now. I know I've seen a lot of people saying like, oh, he's one of the most OP characters of all time just because he can just say die and then people die, or he can pick like body parts and that body part can die. But I don't know, the episodes so far have been kind of meh to me. Like it hasn't been nothing really that interesting. Maybe it'll get better later on, but as of right now, it's been meh. All right. Next one is Delicious in Dungeons. Yes, this one has been phenomenal. This is one of those Netflix exclusives, but this one has been good. It has a dub and a sub, and I love it because you're just watching them go into this dungeon as they collect different monsters, and they're eating it on their way to like rescue Kazu's sister, and I just love it. And also this is Trigger that's animated, so you know we get all them funny faces, and the animation's been looking good. But yeah, this is one I look forward to each week because it's been really good though. Next one is The Unwanted Undead Adventurer. This one has been interesting-ish because you have the guy, the main character, he got killed by a dragon, then he gets brought back and he's a skeleton. Eventually he fights a whole bunch of different skeletons, then he evolves into a ghoul. And I guess he's gonna keep evolving until he gets to like something that's close to a human, like maybe a vampire. But this one has piqued my interest because I'm curious to see like how he's gonna evolve to like the next stage since he's a ghoul. And I want to know exactly like why exactly did this happen to him, and like what did that dragon do to him. Hopefully those get answered, or if they don't, they're probably in the light novel or the manga. But either way, it's been okay. We'll see. I've been contemplating if this gets boring, I might drop it. I can't lie. All right. Next one is Sasaki and Peeps. Now, this is one that I liked from the jump because the first episode was 48 minutes and it was actually really good, and it was different because you have like this little bird that's from another world, and like he works with the main guy, and like they go back to like his world and then they come back to the regular Earth and all that. They go back and forth like as they can make money and doing other stuff. And then on top of that, you have like magic. You have people that like have psychic powers and they have different type of stuff they can use. But the only sad thing about this anime is one of the characters that I thought was a grown-ass woman, turns out they're 16, and it looks like this is gonna be one of them weird series where there's all these little girls by the main guy who was like a grown-ass adult. But we already know that he's already cut stuff off because there's a high schooler yandere that likes him, and she was like, oh, do you want me to give you a massage? And he was like, no, I'm good. He's like, that would be very bad. At least he has some type of logic to him, and he knows like what is right or wrong, unlike a lot of other anime characters. But yeah, this one's been pretty good so far. Next one is The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. Now this one has been hilarious. This one has me dying of laughter because there's so many funny moments in here, because like you have 3 characters that get transported to the other world, and one of the characters, he turns out that he has healing magic, and then you have this one green head buff sexy ass woman who like scares everybody in the kingdom because like the way she trains them. And there's just so many little funny interactions between her and the main character, on top of like the student council president that got transferred here, who loses her mind because when she finally sees the one main guy after not seeing him for a while, and she sees that he has muscles, she's like, yo, can I lift up your shirt and see your muscles? I was rolling, but like, she's a hilarious character. But this one's been a fun watch so far. All right, next one is the Demon Prince of Momoshi House. Now this one will deadass just remind you of Kami-sama Kiss, because it kind of has the same vibe, because the main guy looks like the same main guy from Kami-sama Kiss. They look literally exactly the same basically, but this one's been alright. I mean, I've been contemplating, I can't lie, dropping this one because like I haven't watched episode 3 yet, and episode 3 came out what, Friday or Saturday, so I just have not watched it yet. Now the next one I'm watching is Panomichi, and this follows these girls that play Mahjong, and it's a really dope slice of life anime that I wish one of these streaming services would pick up because it's so good, and the opening and ending is good too. But yes, I've really been liking the vibe of this one. This is just a chill one. You watch them go to this parlor because the main girl gets kicked out of her house because she's making way too much goddamn noise, and her mom is like, get out of this goddamn house. So like she gets her own spot. Her dad had this building that he used to run, and he's like, yo, if you just clean this out, you can use this with your friends. And yeah, this one's been a really enjoyable slice of life one. All right, the next one is Tales of Wedding Rings. Now this is an interesting one because this has some uncensored stuff in here, which I was surprised, especially because this is on Crunchyroll. But essentially, this guy goes to another world with this like girl because the girl's originally from that world, and in this world now he has to collect rings and marry all these different girls. This one's been alright. I mean, it kind of sucks that this turns into a harem, mainly because the main guy and the main girl really like each other, but this turns into a harem because he has to get all these different rings from all these different women. That way he can fight like the demon lord or whatever it is that's in this world. But yeah, this one's been okay though. Next one is A Sign of Affection, one I've been waiting for because I've heard so many different things from so many different people, but this one's been really good. If you like romance anime, then you'll enjoy this one. The main character, she has a disability because she's deaf, and I like how they use sign language in here, and I like how they really show like all the different ways she deals with it with her disability, with like either writing stuff down or the way she texts people, or like how she has friends around her that will tell other people that she's deaf. There's one character here I don't like, is the childhood best friend of the main girl. He sucks. Like, he's a horrible person. But the main guy and the main girl, I do like how things are slowly going between those two, and it looks like eventually it might lead into a relationship though, because the main girl is crushing on him hard. All right, next one is another anime that's a lot of people have been looking forward to, and that is Solo Leveling. This is one that's lived up to the hype. I've heard about the manhwa for years, but I never went and read it. I've thought about buying it so many different times because I see it in so many different stores, but I'm happy I didn't because the anime looks great, and I like the direction it's going. This one is actually pretty, I like how it's one of the dungeon spawning anime where you have a dungeon that spawns randomly in modern day and stuff like that. And I like how the main guy, it seems like he's gonna slowly but surely become like OP because he did that thing that mentioned that happens with the like the crazy statue and all that. But yeah, I will say that scene was nuts because I was losing my mind like when they were packing people up left and right. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the rest of this series though, because if that was like the start, I want to know like what's going to happen towards the middle with all maybe seeing more crazy stuff. And how exactly does he transform into like the buff like looking guy that he looks, if you know what he knows, you know, from the manhwa and all that. All right, but next one is The Strongest Tanks Labyrinth Raid. This one ain't nothing special. This is your mediocre average adventure anime that we get. You have a guy that gets dropped from the hero's party because they're saying he's weak, but he actually is going to probably turn out to be OP and all that. He also has a sister complex or something like that too, and he also picked up this little girl. This one's been kind of meh. I can't lie, I've not even watched episode 3 yet, but it's been meh. Ain't nothing really special though. All right, next one is 7-Time Loop, a villainess anime, and this one is good because the main girl in this, she has relived her life multiple different times, 6 other times, and now she's on her 7th loop. And it's been good. You guys already know I made a video about this, so y'all know. But yes, it's this one I've really been enjoying it because I like how she's on this new loop now. How she's basically engaged with the person that killed her in her last loop. And I'm curious to see like how exactly she's gonna like stop him from like going to war, and how she's gonna slowly but change him. We'll see exactly what happens like as a romance blossoms between those two. But yes, it's a villainess anime and it's been good. The next one is another banger that I made a video about, and that is Mr. Villain's Day Off. Now, if you like chill slices of life, then you're like this one. If you like Power Rangers, you're like this one. You like Super Sentai, you're like this one, because it's about a villain that's from outer space that's trying to take over Earth, but on his days off, he just wants to chill. He does not want to interact with anybody, and I love that. And it's hilarious because his interactions that he has with his co-workers, or especially the Rangers that he's seen, he's just like, dog, we can have a truce. I don't want to deal with y'all. I just want to go look at pandas, because he loves pandas. That's the one thing he loves a lot, is some goddamn pandas. And the episodes are hilarious. Also, the opening's a banger too. All right, Next one is Hokkaido Gals Are Super Cute. This is one I've heard about for years from Broken and Dakota because they've talked about the manga. This one's it's alright. I mean, the main guy, he's kind of whatever, and then the main girl's just one of these super cute girls that does super cute things. That's kind of what it gives off. But also, I guess a romance is supposed to blossom between those two. But also, I saw that it somewhat turns into a harem at one point in the manga, but then it stops and goes the way it's supposed to be. But yeah, but we'll see how this one goes. I do feel like some of the stuff is very over the top between the two, between the main girl and the main guy. There's some scenes where I'm just like, why did you have to do that? Like the scene when they go inside the igloo and she's making all these different noises and all that. I'm just like, why? Why did you have to be saying this stuff like that? It was very over the top though. So the next one I'm watching is Tis Time for Torture Princess, and this anime is hilarious. So it will remind you of Sleeping Princess because like the princess, she's captured, and the thing they do is with the torture is like instead of torturing, they basically are like, yo, eat, here goes this delicious food, and they put it in front of her, and eventually she ends up snitching and saying stuff about our kingdom. Or other times she makes real friends with some of these demons and they play video games. But yeah, this one's been phenomenal, and if you've not seen this one, this is the one anime from this list I will recommend for anybody that needs something new to watch because this has been hilarious anime. Next one is The Foolish Angel Dances with the Devil. This one is okay. I will say the main girl's character design is very questionable because he looks like a fucking little girl, and like compared, like it's not one of those petite women. Now she just looks like a little girl. She has a little girl built, so you know, lolly like that. And also there's that weird thing with the collar that the main guy got that she put around him. So yeah, this is just an angel and demon anime. It looks like it's gonna have some funny rom-com moments, but it's alright to me. Ain't nothing special happening right now, so it's whatever. Next one is Villainess Level 99, another one I made a video about, but this one is hilarious and I love it because it starts off when we're thinking like the main character is the protagonist of the game, but then eventually it switches to the actual villainess who's the whole main character. And the first two episodes have been amazing, especially episode 2, because episode 2 had me dying of laughter, especially because everybody, all like the three guys are trying to talk about like, oh, you're not actually level 99. It's like, you need to prove this, and then she proves it and like whoops all their asses each time by proving it. Is so goddamn funny. Now another one I've really been enjoying is Dr. Elise, the royal lady with the lamp. This one has been good, like good, because this is it's weird. It's a isekai, but it's not an isekai. It's very weird because you have this girl that was like born in some different time period. She dies and gets reincarnated back on like in modern times on Earth, but then on Earth she dies and goes back all the way back to like her original like life and all that. So it's one of those kind of like a regression anime in a way, regression slash reincarnated. It's a whole bunch of mess. But yeah, this one's been good because we see how she is in modern times, and like she actually learned from her past mistakes that she had in her original timeline, or I could just say her original self, because in the present day she's one of the best doctors ever that has 100% success rate. But then what happens is she gets on a plane crash and she saves everybody that was like injured on the plane, but then she didn't save herself, so she dies and she wakes up all the way back in her original like body and her original self. And we see this time around she wants to change things, and she really wants to be a doctor that she can help people, and she wants to stop like all the bad things that happened in her original like timeline, I guess you're saying. Next one is Sengoku Yoko. Now this is a very interesting series because the manga of this came out in 2007, and it's like this is just now getting the anime, so this kind of gives you hope that maybe more older series that never got an anime might get an anime now. And also this one's going for 3 consecutive cores, which is actually really good, and also the animation looks good. But this one basically follows like the spirit thing. This one girl, they're different spirits. It's kind of, she has kind of like cat hair, and then you have this guy that has like weird teeth, whatever, but they fight these different monsters and other things like that, and the little girl wants to fight people. But yeah, so far the episodes have been pretty good and I've been enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to seeing like other stuff of this one though. Next one is Metallic Rouge. Now this one gives me the vibe of so many older anime, like especially like OVA series back from like the 90s and 80s. Also this will kind of give you Bubblegum Crisis vibe too, and it's mainly because it's an original anime and it just has a cool vibe. Also this has the English dub. But yeah, I've really been rocking with Metallic Rouge. It's been really dope. If y'all haven't been watching this, go watch it. This is one from this list I will recommend because this one's been really dope. Next one is The Witch and the Beast, another one I've been hearing people talk about for so long, and I'm so happy this is out because it's really dope. And the way they use magic in here is really interesting because like the way they do it is they have like these random black lines that appear on their body, and like that's how magic works in here. And also the witches are very creepy. There's a few creepy witches, especially in the most recent episode. There was a very creepy witch, but this one's been dope though, and I'm looking forward to watching everything. Next one is The Weakest Tamer Begins a Journey to Pick Up Trash. I know, a wild name, but this one's been good. Like it's a slow burn. It's gonna remind you of Ascendance of a Bookworm, but it's been good because it's one of these slow burns where you have like it's a character, the main character is like a little girl, and we see that she's got exiled from her village and she has a bounty on her head, so she has to run away. The one thing I really like about this series is you have the main character, her name is Ivy, and then like whenever she's like thinking about something from her past life, you have like a thought that randomly comes in her head, and like instead of them like putting like dialogue or saying what the person's saying in their head, it just seems like she's getting these little thoughts from her thing, and I thought that was really unique. But I've really been liking this one also. Another one with a banger opening and ending. Next one is the Mappa original anime, which is Butchaguri, and this is like a delinquent type of anime, also with a lot of fighting it seems like it's gonna have, but this one's been dope. And also I'll say the fighting actually looks really smooth, mainly because it's not that super fast bullshit that they be doing in some of their anime, I'll say, because like this is just normal humans fighting. But this one's been dope, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else is gonna happen with this one, because the first few episodes have been good. Now the last one of new anime that I picked up is Meijin Genkin 1874, but this one takes place in the 1800s as it is, and you're in the Meijin period. And also this is going to deal with like some people that have some type of magical powers and other stuff like that. It seems like a little bit, at least one of the person had this hallucinogenic that made people see like this one weird monster. But yeah, this one's been alright. I'll see like how this one goes. Like it's like the main guys, he used to be like part of the old regime, and it looks like now he's about to become a police officer or something like that. We'll see how this one goes though. But yeah, the first episode was okay. Now when it comes to anime that got new seasons, I'm watching 8 anime that got new seasons this season. The first one is Bottom Tier Character Season 2. I really enjoyed Season 1 a lot. I'm happy this one came back for Season 2. It has the same vibe as Season 1. I like the video game aspects that it has. That was one of the things I really enjoyed about the series. The next one is Classroom Elite Season 3. If y'all know me, y'all know how I feel about the series. I think the anime adaptation is meh compared to the light novels, but I'm just watching this one to watch the ride. I should be doing episode reviews of this series, but honestly, I don't care that much about Classroom Elite anymore to do episode reviews, sadly. Next one is Blue Exorcist Season 3. Excited about this one because Blue Exorcist has a very interesting adaptation thing. You know, one thing I think is really interesting about Blue Exorcist is like how you have Season 1, like how they went all the way to 25 episodes and then they had that anime original ending, but then Season 2 came out, was like, yeah, forget all that extra crap in Season 1. That didn't count. And then now we're all the way here at Season 3, but I'm happy we got 3 seasons because it never made sense why they did that in Season 1 when it was like, dog, this is a popular series. Like, look how many volumes of the manga have been out. Next one is Banished from the Hero Party Season 2. Love this series. I love this series because the 2 main characters, they have a really good relationship, and I love that. And I also love like the way he treats his little sister Rudy, and I'm curious to see like what's gonna happen this season because it looks like he's trying to help show Rudy that she can have like a better life than what she had as being a hero. Next one is Tashimishi Moonlit Fantasy Season 2. Another one where I enjoyed the Season 1 a lot. It was a pretty interesting isekai, and it still has some of the same funny stuff. The first episode was okay. The second episode was alright too, but I'm really looking forward to just seeing how the rest of this season is going to play out, especially because we saw like the heroes, because I know other people said the heroes were supposed to show up like in Season 1, but we finally saw them here, and we saw like how they're interacting with the world. Next one is one I'm so happy about, is The Danger in My Heart Season 2, because Season 1 was so good, because their relationship was amazing, and even his backstory was amazing too, like how we found out he was depressed because like he didn't get into the same school as his friends, and we saw that led him to like acting the way he was in Season 1. But Season 2 has been phenomenal because him and Yamada have been getting so close, and it's been so good. And also there's been funny moments because we've seen Yamada's mom and her dad is super tall, and it was just a funny moment in the most recent episode. Now the last one is Urusei Yatsura Season 2. This is like the new remake of the original series. If you like Urusei Yatsura, then you enjoy this one. This one really has a nice vibe. I do really enjoy the animation style though. Now the last stuff I'm watching are ongoing anime, and that's 4. That's Undead Unluck. Y'all know I've been loving Undead Unluck. I finally caught up because I was like 2 episodes behind, like before we got to the winter season, then I caught up. All right, next one is Ravna Crimson. Series has been very meh to me. It has a lot of problems and it pisses me off. Next one is Frieren. Frieren's been phenomenal. At the end of the anime, I will be making a video here because I need to make one on Frieren because I love Frieren. The manga's so good and they're doing an amazing adaptation. Shout out to Madhouse for being in their bag. Now the last one is Shimmerla Frontiers, and that one's been phenomenal. The most recent episode today was actually really good because they're about to finally fight one. They're fighting the one dude they've been building up that they're gonna fight, and I can't wait for next week's episode though. So the last anime I'm watching for continuing anime is Apothecary Diaries, and I forgot about it. I don't know how I forgot about this when this one has been amazing. It's stunning. Mao Mao as a main character is so goddamn good. But yeah, let me know how many anime are y'all watching this season. Are y'all watching more than me? Are y'all watching less than me? Let me know in the comments. Just know, like I said, I'm watching 39. It could be more. Trust me, it could be way more because there are a few anime I should have picked up, and there's also stuff that I dropped because I did not want to watch that shit. But yeah, just let me know how many winter anime y'all are watching. Let me know what is your favorite one from this season though. If you enjoyed the video, why not like? If you didn't, you could dislike, subscribe, you really enjoyed. But yeah, this is one of the better winter seasons we've had in a long time because I'm watching 39 anime, and I never watch that many in the winter season. Usually my max for the winter season usually like 33. I've never watched 39, so this winter season is starting out nice. And like I said, the rest of the year I already know we're getting a lot of bangers, especially the spring. The spring has already been packed so far, and there's still a lot of stuff that hasn't been announced, but the stuff that has been announced are bangers though. But yeah, I can't wait to see like what's going to be like the best one from this winter season, because there's so many different ones this season that have actually been really good though, just like counting newer anime and not even counting just the super overhyped shit, but just some of the stuff that's sleepers though, because trust me, there's a lot of sleepers this season though. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you next video. Bye.